So one of the other offices that you have the opportunity to vote for is the Attorney General. And how that works is they're basically our top attorney for the state. So they represent the state in legal matters, and in some cases they represent some of our own citizens in legal matters. But when they're representing the state, when I think about how this office can impact our daily lives, a lot of us are seeing these increases as it pertains to our utility bills. And some of the increase that we're seeing is because of a legal dispute. So our Attorney General has been fighting on our behalf to ensure that we get some sort of justice. And while I understand them to still be in that fight, that office is also up for re-election. So, or for us to elect someone new. So that's just the understanding that you want to have of who that Attorney General is going to be, because they do represent us in things that matter for our everyday lives as Marylanders. And actually, I'll just go into the last one. So you may see more seats on your ballot than what I've named. There may be other judges that you're responsible for voting for. There may be municipal elections, city elections. If you live in an area of Prince George's County where you also have a mayor, it's possible that the mayor may be on that election if they didn't already have their own election. So there may be more offices that you need to become acquainted with, that you need to do some research on before you go to the ballot box in June. So how can you research this? The Board of Elections has a list of all of the candidates that are running for the offices. And we have a state board of elections, and we also have a county board of elections. So you can go to either one of those sites, look for a candidate list or candidate filing. They also now have sample ballots so that you can see what that ballot is going to look like, and you can begin to research. On the candidate filing list, you'll see information about, the email address for the person, if they have any social media, if they have a phone number, if they have a P.O. box. And so if you want to contact candidates, I highly recommend it if you have questions, especially if you're someone who has not been able to get to a candidate forum, or they haven't held a forum for the candidates that you're researching. Contact them directly, send them an email, ask your questions, compare answers, right? Determine that way who you want to vote for. But make sure, no matter what, that you are informed and that you vote. Again, the primaries are an opportunity for you to make the first decision of who gets to be on the ballot in the general election. So if we skip the primaries and you go straight to the general, you have allowed a group of people to make a decision for you before you get to the ballot in November. So please, please, please get informed. Make sure that when you vote, you are intentionally voting and that you know why you are giving this person your vote. I can tell you that there are a lot of people who are depending on you not to be paying attention, and they are depending on you to just vote for the person whose name you remember, or whose sign you saw the most, or who you went to high school with. And what we really need are for people to pay attention to, this is the job, and this is who I think is best qualified to do that job, right? This is who I think is best qualified to spend my money in a way that's helpful for me and the community, right? So we don't just want to vote based on who we can remember, and we definitely don't want to have other people making the decision for us before November. So please make sure that you vote. Again, early voting is June 11th through the 18th. Primary election day is June 23rd. And again, you can vote at the polls You can do mail-in ballots. My campaign, we are encouraging parents to take your child to vote day during early voting. Take your child with you so that they can see what this process is like and they understand how important it is for all of us to participate in, because every office has real impact on our daily lives, and we need to be paying attention to who those people are that we're entrusting with our tax dollars. Thank you.